in Denver. Can the Bulls step up? Can they perform a little bit better and execute better on both sides of the ball? We're going to talk about that all and more. But first, you already know what we got to do. We got to play that intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to the second attempt at a live stream for this game. TPO completely took me out of my element. Like I had to shut down the stream for a second there, man. It was a little crazy there. So we're hoping that we get back. We back at 2 in one night. Yes, we back. Hey, that last live stream was crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. TPO was tripping. But listen, Bulls versus Nuggets going down tonight, man. But yeah. I really hope we can at least be competitive. Everybody hopes that. Debo said, what happened the first time? So we were early. So that's the first. I fucked up. I started the stream a little too early. But then on top of that, people was wilding in the chat. We needed to cleanse the palate, go back, start all over. That's what we needed to do. We had to start all over in regards to that. So, it is what it is there, man. That was tough. That was tough. Oh, snap, 2 in one night. I see you, Haize, big worker. Listen, I mean, you act like I don't work anyway. Like it's you get 3 live streams every game, which is crazy, right? At 82 games, I ain't even finna do the math. But like 3 live streams for 82 games. That's what y'all getting from me every single game. So that's crazy. That's 246 live streams a season. That's how many live streams I give y'all. 246 a season. Ain't nobody else putting out. Most Bulls podcasts don't put out 246 episodes a season. Keep in mind, I'm dropping daily content on top of that. Ain't nobody doing it us like here over at Chicago Bulls Central. Ain't nobody doing it like us. Shauna says, we back again. You already know. Turk says, let's get a dub. Let's hope so. Still recovering from that. That last stream was wild. Bulls will somehow win tonight. You heard it here first, my guy. No, actually, you ain't the first one to say that. So, but yeah. Haize, do this. Listen. This is what I do. It comes second nature at this point. It's really crazy because, like I tell y'all all the time, I don't like to talk. I really hate talking. Anybody who knows me in real life will tell you I'm one of the quietest people that you'll meet. So listen, the fact that I'm doing 246 live streams a season, that's crazy. YNG Sports says, no cap, you put in the work, bro. Biggest Chicago representative. I appreciate that, YNG. Tay says, what's the starting lineup? We won't know the starting lineup in 30 minutes before game time. So we still got 30 minutes. 21 minutes until game time. That's when we'll probably stop the stream shortly after the starting 5 is announced. 246 live streams a season and 82 balls dribbled off Zach's foot. Absolutely. Even more than that. He probably dribbles it off the foot as much as I live. That's yeah. It is what it is. C-Red Nation, what's going on, Torian Woodford? I haven't seen you around a lot this season, bro. I hope you and the family's good, man. Hope you and the family's good, bro. I don't get to see you a lot. I haven't seen you a lot during the season, so hopefully everybody's good. Hopefully you're not being overworked. Hopefully you and everybody's healthy over there. But yeah, glad to see you in the building, brother. Probably the usual with Craig instead of Pewell. Yeah, that's what I expect. I expect that same one. Marcus says, let's go Bulls. Absolutely, Marcus. Daniel says, hey, what's going on, Daniel? Glad to have you in the building. Shauna's, that's a wild comment. That's a wild comment. Game day, what's going on? Haize, did you cop the Cherry 12s? No. But I have the inside on the custom DeMar Chicago up tempos. Yeah, don't even worry about that. I probably won't even wear those until Bulls Fest next year. Probably won't even wear them to Bulls Fest next year. But best believe they getting worn. That's all I can say on that. DeMar good to go. Rest Zach back. Listen, the thing with Zach is much like last year. Remember when they said Zach wasn't going to play back-to-backs, and the only back-to-back he didn't play in was the first one, and then he was literally in every back-to-back after that? Listen, I think Zach is for the most part healthy. I think they take precautions when it comes to that back, but he's probably going to play in most of these games. So, what are the keys to winning this game? Execution, shooting the ball well, rebounding. The Denver Nuggets are the 17th best rebounding team in the league, which means they're still good, but they're not great. The Bulls can, if they try to rebound as a team, they can get on those boards. They can use that to get out in transition, attack the Denver, did I say Broncos early? The Denver Nuggets defense before it gets a chance to set up. That's how this team needs to absolutely play. Aggressive, things like that. If the hat game this fire, what about this? Oh, listen, y'all don't get to see it because I'm in the studio, so I don't wear shoes in the studio because it's in my crib. But the shoe game is legit too. The shoe game is legit. I got the special edition Jordan 1s with the 23 imprint, like all over the black and red. Listen, those are one of my prized possession of shoes. Prized possession of shoes. Let's lock up on defense and make these shots. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Vooch plays more aggressive against Jokic. Yeah, he absolutely does. He actually he averages more against Jokic than what Jokic averages against him. But we got to get those dubs. Somebody said I think earlier that we're 4-2 in our last 6 games against the Denver Nuggets. I didn't check that myself, but that is what somebody said on the last stream. So hey, listen. But one thing we can know with the Bulls, you can never bet on the Bulls. That's unfortunate right now. But we'll see how it goes. We need to steal the ball and get in transition. That's when we win. Yeah, listen, tough defense, rebound the ball, get out in transition when you can, shoot the ball effectively. Like that, that really helps. But that's the key for every team, just about. What up, Haize? You're starting at power forward tonight. Just thought I'd tell you real quick. That's hilarious. All I'm doing is stabbing motherfuckers. We had they stadium chanting for us. I mean, listen, Bulls fandom is all over the place. Y'all remember back in the day, like let me not say back in the day, but like early 2000s, there was 2 arenas that were basically like extended Chicago Bulls arenas in Indiana and in Milwaukee. My have the tides have turned, right? Like anytime we played in Indiana and anytime we played in Milwaukee, it was more Bulls fans in those stadiums than there was for either one of those teams. We don't really get that anymore. And I would like to get back to that, but the Bulls have a worldwide audience, man. We have a worldwide fan base. So DeMar custom up tempo is nice. Listen, I gotta connect. That's all I can say. I could have them today. Well, not today. I mean, I could purchase them today if I wanted to, but I got an inside track. They're gonna be there whenever I want them. I'm getting them. I just gotta make it through Christmas first. I got a bunch of kids for all my 4 children, my 4 beautiful children. So I got to get through Christmas with them because they be taxing because my kids are almost grown. But then after that, after I take care of the lady and the kids, them up tempos is mine. You ain't even got. I don't even care about the price tag. Them up tempos, I gotta have them. I gotta have them. Ain't even no question. They gotta be mine. That's just is what it is. They will be mine. Size 11 and a half up tempos, they gonna be mine. You ain't got to worry about it. Cheekage first says, I know I've been hard on Zach, but bringing DeMar here ruined any growth this man had along with P. Will and Kobe. Just to be a playing team, they should have stayed young with Laurie and Wendell. Listen, I don't agree with that DeMar ruined any growth that they had. I still put that on coaching because to me, a good to great coach would still find a way to develop young players, even with you having 2 ball dominant players. And I actually think Zach, at least the trend is going right now that Zach has definitely learned to get to the free throw line a lot more. I'm not saying that necessarily came from DeMar, but I do think that Zach has grown a little bit. Injuries have hurt it a little bit, but I also understand where you get at because had we not brought DeMar here, even if we still brought Lonzo and Vooch, right, that would have been so many more development reps for Patrick Williams, so many more development reps for Kobe White, right, because those shots would have been spread out. So I definitely understand where you get with that, but I still think that personally, a good to great coach would have still found a way to make it work. So, Who needs to step up the most this game? I wouldn't say it's any one person. The Bulls defense needs to step up, and we as a team have to shoot the ball better. Period. If I'm going to put it in any one matchup, it's going to be Nikola Vucevic because he plays Jokic so good over the course of their careers that if I'm going to have to put it on one, that's going to be it. You got to fit with that shirt, that bit decent. Oh, this do a whole field built around this. No, I usually wear this, especially in the fall. I wear this with my gray sweat. Shout out, ladies. That's gonna get me in trouble. Fuck, shouldn't have said that. God damn it. But but no, I mean, I actually wore this with the red hat last time, but I really like it with this hat. I wish it was Benny the Bull. I was gonna wear it with this one. I need to find. There used to be if anybody has the inside edge, there used to be a shirt with Benny the Bull, and he was going like this, dunking the ball into the rim. And I need that to go with the shirt because the shirt was red and Benny was on it. No, the shirt was white and Benny was on it, and it was like white and black. I need that shirt. If anybody has the inside edge and where I can still find that shirt now, I need that. I think it would help Vooch more if we had a better passing power forward next to him. I mean, I don't think necessarily passing power forward. I think if Vooch had a better a rebounding power forward that can also block shots and still stretch the floor some. Like I'm not advocating for the Bulls to get him, but I think like Jared Vanderbilt would be a really good four. Like I know he plays mostly three, but I think he would be really solid next to Vooch, right? Those type of players I kind of look at that would be really good next to Vooch. What the hell does management do? New management folks get so much hype and positive spin. What do you mean? What do? They built the team, right? And like I said before, they haven't rebounded well since Lonzo went down, but they did orchestrate a hell of a first run at it, right? And it was working. We just had injury, unfortunately, to our point guard. I love my Bulls. We about to see red tonight, and not in a good way. I mean, listen, the Bulls, as somebody said, they're 4-2 against the Denver Nuggets, so we'll see. Haize sleeping on the couch now. Delete the VOD gang. That's funny. Shout out to that's probably Dub. Shout out to C Dub or Bobby, whichever one it is. Appreciate you guys. 48 minutes of intensity. Yeah, that's what I say to my lady. 48 minutes of intensity. All right, let's move right along. Hello, Ace. Hopefully we get the dub against the Nuggets. If it's a close game, we need to do well because the Nuggets could roll us, but I have faith in my team. See red, let's go Bulls. Absolutely. This game is going to be like the Goon Squad versus the Toon Squad without MJ. Listen, I get why people say that, but we've always played Denver really well. So Cordell says, if they don't move on offense without the ball, it's no hope. Well, no, we've won games before. I mean, listen, we've never really moved well without the ball, but it definitely makes it easier. You definitely want to see us move without the ball, and that should just be basketball fundamentals, man. It really just should, bro. "48 minutes, y'all don't see the last stream yesterday. He's proactive B." That's Anthony Edwards is slowly becoming my favorite. Listen, Anthony Edwards is a monster, bro. He's definitely a monster. Mixter X says, now I get triggered by the word continuity. Listen, continuity is now such a buzzword in the city of Chicago, right? Amongst Bulls fans. Like you just know, if you just scream out continuity in the middle of the store in Chicago, people may start shooting. That's not a joke you want to make about the city of Chicago. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. Do not call my manager. I did not mean it that way. I don't know if you're a betting man, but who would you bet on having more rebounds tonight, Jokic or Vooch? That is a really, really good question. Let me see something. Let's see something. Let's take a look at their head-to-heads. Because you know me, I like to back things up with facts. So Nikola Jokic has averaged 10.1 rebounds per game against Nikola Vucevic. Let me go back to that. So he's averaged 15.7 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 9.3 assists against Nikola Vucevic. That's what Jokic's averages are against Vooch. Vooch's averages against Jokic are 18.1 points, 9 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. So, with that being said, if we're just talking about rebounds, I would bet Jokic to have more rebounds than Vooch, but Vooch to have more points than Jokic. There you go. Wendell's hurt. Again, 3 to 6 weeks, broken finger. Listen, people act like Wendell's gotten to be so much better of a player and he hasn't, right? But it is what it is. Like when I'm sure Dwight came through the Orlando. Now, I'm trying to be better, y'all. I'm really trying to be an involved human, but the devil keeps trying to get me to make these jokes, and I can't help myself. All right, so I'm gonna shut up on that. We're gonna move around. Speedy recovery for Wendell Carter. Can we talk about Wemby scoring 38? The kid is a monster. Listen, Wemby is legit. I said it, I think, over on NBA Central. Victor Wemby is gonna be the next player to live up to all the hype. Say what you will about LeBron. But with what his accolades have been, he lived up to all the hype that he had around him in high school. Victor Wembanyama is going to be the next one to live up to all of the hype. He's in the right system with the right coach in the right franchise. He's going to win a lot down there in San Antonio. A lot. Vooch will have more rebounds because, to be honest, if the Bulls getting blown out, they probably will sit Jokic longer. That's a good perspective to have as well. But I think this game is going to be a little bit closer than what people are thinking. DeMar has helped Zach, Kobe, and Patrick with their mid-game. He even works with them in the offseason. If you think DeMar is a hinder, are we better off with him? You just simply don't know what you're talking about. Here's the thing. Not to say that he hasn't helped and worked with them, but the fact of the matter is this. Kobe didn't work with him this offseason. I don't think he showed up, but he didn't work the whole time with him. But DeMar has taken Patrick Williams and Dalen Terry under his wing. What have we really gotten from him? Right? So. But but that's not to say that DeMar isn't a great mentor. I'm not saying that at all. But DeMar does not take the place of you actually having a coach and development in a system that focus on players. Hopefully he's going to do great for their mentality. And I've always said that the lessons that DeMar teaches them is going to be things that they do way later down the road. And they say, I learned this from DeMar, much like DeMar does with Kobe. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about actually on the basketball court, it does not replace the need to have player development. And that is why I think you've seen AK invest in the player development department now. That's just my personal opinion. So I'm glad people I never understood that. Like people who made and said that Bo can do what Wemby can. I always looked at him like you're a fucking idiot because just because players have similar body styles and even like you can have a similar skill set, but be very different caliber of players, right? So I think people got so caught up in saying, well, Bo can do a lot of the things Wemby can. Theoretically, can he shoot? Can he dribble? Yeah, Bo can do some of those things, but he's not nearly the caliber of a player that Wemby is. Not even close to the caliber of player, right? So people get really caught up in saying that people have similar skill sets. It means that means they're going to have similar impacts, and that's just not how it works, right? That's not how it works. I think the Bulls should trade DeMar for a defensive power forward and move P. Will to small forward. I think that has the same win trajectory as the current team, but P. Will and Kobe get more touches. Listen, I understand that a lot of people say that as well. It really depends on who you get at that power forward. And I still think ultimately, I don't know if I really do trust P. Will at the small forward. That's just me. I know not a lot of people share that, right? Don't count out the continued development of Zach LaVine. He has the talent to be an MVP candidate level player. He has the talent, but he doesn't have the IQ. That's what it comes down to, right? Zach LaVine is IQ and effort away from being an MVP caliber player. But it's the IQ, it's the boneheaded mistakes that he makes sometimes that really limit Zach LaVine. And that's why coming into the season, it wasn't about, when I was doing my player previews, I did a preview for every player leading into the season. It wasn't about a points total. It wasn't about average. It wasn't about any of that with Zach. It was about, I need to see Zach LaVine step up in the important moments. I need to see Zach LaVine be the reason why we win close games. I need to see Zach LaVine make the proper decisions down the stretch that help the Bulls win. It's about the IQ with Zach LaVine, in my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong for your view at all, but he has talent out the fucking wazoo, right? But the IQ really does limit Zach LaVine able to make the impact that his skill level should be able to say that he should be able to make. Man, saying Wemby and Bobo are the same as wow, that's crazy. Crazy. And people were legit saying that. Delusional Bulls fan. If P. Wills plays better, do you think we can trade him and Kobe for Wemby? Hey, that's hilarious. That's funny. The Bulls need a true point guard. That's what we're missing. If we get the first pick, I think we should draft DJ Wagner. Kid is a beast. Listen, the true point guard thing, we never had like Lonzo Ball is not a true point guard the way that guys are trying to paint it out to be. Lonzo Ball did not run any of the half court offense for the Chicago Bulls. What the Bulls need more than a true point guard is that they just need somebody who is a defensive monster that communicates on the defensive side of the ball. That's the biggest thing that they need, because what Lonzo was able to do in the way that he communicated on the court, it made the game so much easier for the people around them, right? And as far as like DJ Wagner slated to go 18th overall right now in most mocks. I'm not saying that that'd be a bad pick either, but again, it's more than just a true point guard in here. What's up, Drip? Can we get a video from you pretending to be the GM 3 years from now? You tell us what moves you would make realistically just from the shits and giggles. Go Bulls, see red. I'll think about that. I'm not worried about us getting blown out. I just know when it's time in the fourth, we're not going to win, but I hope I'm not right about it. I mean, listen, I hate to say it, but I understand where you're coming from with that, homie. I completely understand the place that you're coming from with that. It sucks, man. It sucks. Everybody expecting the Bulls to get blown out. Watch them win tonight, then back to reality next week. Hey, listen, that is the most Chicago Bulls type thing to do, right? It just is, man. It just is. Shout out to Chicago Bears Central, just passing 10,000 subscribers. Hey, man, that's crazy. Listen, that's wild. First of all, the fact that I have 2 channels over 10K is wild to me. Because keep in mind, when I started Bull Central, my goal was to get it was like 3,000 subscribers in 2 years, right? We're 2.5 years now. We're at over 15K. Now, Bear Central, bro, the fact that the Bears have 5 wins in the year and a half we've had that show, and we're at 10,000 subscribers, that's an accomplishment. Shout out to C-Dub. Shout out to Bobby, right? Because I could not do that channel without them. Make no mistake about it. I may be the one who do the daily episodes, but I would have not had the motivation to start that channel if it wasn't for me being able to work with those 2 brothers. So shout out to C-Dub and Bobby, because they are the heart and soul of Chicago Bears Central. Then also shout out to Steve-O and Big Kev for coming in, always being willing to step in, always contributing, coming in, doing the live calls with C-Dub. Shout out to the team over there at Chicago Bears Central, man, because listen, that's crazy, man. That's wild. Shout out to 10K, man. Y'all gonna get me emotional on this stream. Zach is cold, but he's not a superstar level player. He's a B-level star. His ability to read the game and make good decisions will keep him as a B-level. I can't knock you for that opinion at all, bro. None. You won't get a single shred of knock, because listen, that's what we've seen so far. That is absolutely what we've seen so far. This is actually a good idea of you being GM and bringing in Kev, Bobby, Steve, and C-Dub and Pat. Is just funny. Let's see. Now you're trying to have a whole production. Ain't that some shit? Explain in NBA terms. Sweats. First of all, why you put a Z there, bro? Sign 4-year extension. Alex Caruso. There you go. This is actually a good idea. Oh, I already read that one. If we can go on a win streak, maybe 3 or 4 games, might be a confidence booster. Yeah, I mean, look, for sure. JK says, is there only 33 thumbs up? Because people are haters. No, I'm just playing. Hit that like button as well, y'all. Matter of fact, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. We're trying to get to 20K subscribers. We're at 15,301 right now. That means like 4 people unsubscribed. It's probably the Dwight Howard joke that did it. I can't even blame him. D Greatest says, let's get Chicago Sky Central up there next. Listen, the thing with Chicago Sky Central, and I had to realize this, right? Chicago was my passion project because I love the WNBA. I love the Chicago Sky. I love women's basketball, and I have no shame about that. People won't understand that, and it is what it is. But to me, as somebody who likes the chess game of basketball, the X's and O's, the WNBA kills the NBA, that fundamental shit. But here's what I'll say as well. The Chicago Sky, the actual Chicago Sky, on their YouTube channel only have 5,000 subscribers. So that's probably my limit there, right? So we'll see, man. We'll see. Zach is a great player, but he definitely will grow mentally in time. Let's hope. I mean, listen, the thing is, Zach LaVine is about to be 29 years old. This is where you start wanting to see that maturity come. Like the physical maturity has happened, right? And you want to start seeing the mental aspect of that start trying to catch up, especially as maybe his physical skills start declining some as he gets over 30. So let's hope that that's the case. What's up, Haize? I hope this team play with heart and aggressiveness we saw in the Pacers game, win or lose. I just want the Bulls to play like they want to win. I agree with you on that one, bro. Agree with you on that one. All right, let's see if we got the starting lineup announced yet. It's 30 minutes before the game time. Usually that means yes. So same starting lineup as last game. Kobe, Zach, DeMar, Torrey Craig, and Nikola Vucevic is your starting five today. Listen, I love that the Bulls, they always post the starting lineup 30 minutes before game time. That's one faithful thing they do. I need the plug. I don't have a plug. Like, listen, I buy all the merch that you see me have on. Besides, there have probably been 2 to 3 pieces of merch that I have that have been custom. But I get shit early, but I don't get exclusive shit, right? There's a difference in that. But I get it from either Pro Standard, Fanatics, New Era, Culture Kings, and that's really it. That's really all the places that my merch comes from. So shout out to Let's Talk Bulls. Great members only segment with you too. I check out his channel. Way to go, CEO, helping the community. Hey, listen, that's one thing that I always said in doing this. It's knowledge is best when shared. And I want to see my people get on. And Let's Talk Bulls is great at this. Like I don't use, you guys know, I will say somebody, if I think somebody's a whack content creator all day long, Let's Talk Bulls is really fucking good. Quentin is really fucking good at what he does. If you guys want another solid Bulls channel to check out, definitely go check out Let's Talk Bulls. Like I can't stress enough. He's only been doing it for about 3 months. Quentin, he's in here. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I will say this, and this is the God's honest truth. And I said the same thing about Bobby. Bobby is a future star. Like, let's be clear here. Bobby is a star in this. But Quentin is farther along than I was in 3 months. And just the way that he delivers, the way that he breaks down the game. I had to learn how to really break down my thoughts into a way that I'm eloquently explaining the way that I view the game of basketball. Quentin, he hit the ground running on that. So y'all make sure y'all go and check out Quentin as well, bro. I mean, you're more entertaining than, you know what, never mind. Going to speak positively all the way around. Go Chicago. That's hilarious. What up, Haize? Much love from Southern California. Always keeping it real on this channel. I appreciate that some day. My brother Ricky says, blow this shit up. Hey, man, we don't need to know what you did with your toilet, bro. No, I'm just fucking with you. Shout out to Ricky in here, man. What's good, Haize? DeMar still hasn't had that breakout game yet this year. You think that could be the night? I mean, listen, if I'm not mistaken, he had a big game against Denver last year. I think it was the game that we lost against Denver, though. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he had a big game against Denver last year. Let's see. Let's go check. Let's go check. I may be tripping on that. Sometimes it may be the year before. You know what? I think it may be the year before because I remember the year before Lonzo went down, we played Denver, and that was the game that Lonzo got switched on Jokic, and I was like, no, and he actually stole the ball from Jokic. So let's see. So the win against Denver, he only had 17 points in. What about the loss against Denver last year? No, he averaged 16 and a half points last season against Denver. So, hey, there you go. I was wrong. There you go. Unfortunately, Zach needs a coach like Pop or Spoelstra when he was on the Olympic team. Great feedback from them and him. I mean, listen, I agree. I definitely agree. Bro, how your fitted caps look better than what they sell in the city? Because listen, this is what I do, right? This is what I do. Like the drip, I was drip before I got on the podcast. Like it just is what it is. My Bulls merch is immaculate. That just is what it is. I got hats that are 6 and 7 years old that still look brand fucking new. That just is what it is. The key to the Bulls winning tonight are rebounding defense, offensive shooting, decision making on both ends of the court. They have too many scoring droughts while the defense is playing well. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Definitely agree with that. We don't even match up poor with Denver, to be honest. We just got to want it more. Agreed. The greatest. Agreed. See, Bobby says Shy Bears Central at 10K. Congrats, Brody. Congrats, y'all. I don't know if you were in here when we initially said it. Yeah, bro. I gave y'all big shouts out. I could not do the channel if it wasn't for me doing it with C-Dub and Bobby, man. So shout out there. We got to 10K. That was our goal this year in season 2 of Chicago Bears Central, was to get to 10K. Keep in mind, we have only been around on that channel for about a year and a half. And on top of that, the Bears have only won 5 games in the time since we started the channel. That's it. Listen, we killing it, man. We killing it. Humble Services, dude, my wife and mother-in-law was listening to your feed after the game in today's mailbag, and later they came and said, CEO has a lot of viewers from Australia, and I like he is international. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream since this is the second one. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Locked on Bulls. I appreciate you guys. You guys don't know, man, how much this means to me on this channel of the continued growth. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and check. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. Like I said, we have a goal of trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the season. It's a lofty goal, but that's the goal that we have set, man. But thank you guys so much. Go Bulls, see red, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys back at halftime.